It's a true classic today. So we're doing Johnny Be Good. We had to do this, one, because I watched the Michael J. Fox film, I think it's called Still, the other day, which was kind of very powerful, and we kind of got into Back to the Future, you know, all the films and stuff, and just watching that back, and the very funny line of, you know, Chuck Berry's cousin, Marvin Berry, who does a very funny little bit when Johnny Be Good's playing, and it's just a classic song, and I just thought, actually, there's not that many good tabs out there on how to play it, and also there's a lot of them are kind of slightly different to the record, a lot of them are approximations and all that stuff, so I thought we'd go for it today and do a proper version of Johnny Be Good from Chuck Berry. We'll start with the intro here, which is quite a tough little intro to get right fully. Oh, by the way, it's a Chuck thing. What does it say? You wouldn't understand. So we begin here on the 6th fret with a slide, so it goes like that. And I'm going to use all down picks here in the beginning intro section. So 6 to 7 with that second finger. You can do a much longer slide. I've seen that in live versions, so you can go if you like. So 6 to 7 slides, 6th and 8 on that B string. And this is the hardest thing to remember, the initial slide. So just practice that a few times. So again, that initial slide, 1, 3, first fingers then third finger. Slide 5, 5 to 6, 6. So 3 of those. In a live video now, Chuck Berry unbelievably gets his second finger and stretches up to the 9th fret and does this. Now, I would not recommend doing that because it doesn't do that on the record either. But it's just an option there, so I've given you that live variant there with the second finger. But more usual and more normal is to use the third finger on that 9th fret here. So, and you can leave that first finger down if you like, so. And then you're going to come across here as if you're doing a full bar chord. But you're going to ignore the root note and you're just going to hold your third finger down across 2 strings, the A and the D string, and play that 8 times. And then you're going to come up for this little sliding shape here, back onto that 7th fret slide. And then you're playing doubled notes here, so 7 and 6, 7, 8, 7, 6. Then you're going to slide down following that with that second finger. 5th fret there with the second finger again. And then you play a sort of dead note, so hold it lightly. And then you're going to use this third finger to jump up to the 8th fret. And you're really going to palm mute with your right hand here. So you're going to keep these strings, the bottom strings, nice and contained. And at the same time, you're going to try and just keep everything under wraps here. So it's very kind of stifled sound. And you're going to do a down and an up pick shape like this. It's a very dead sound, but it's very important that it's controlled. So down, up. Now occasionally there's a doubled 6th fret in here, so the third one, for example. And the last one as well. We're still in the intro, remember, so this is very complicated to get right, but it's really cool once you can play it. Another bend up from that 8th fret, And then this is where it gets interesting with alternate picking. So up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So just go through the sequence of notes here. So it's the 6th fret, 9, 8, 6, up pick for this one on the 2nd finger. And that's a bend. And there has to be an up pick there, because you're going to do what I would call like a sweep or a rake here. Slightly space the notes with down picks. And then this is the unusual one, the pull off here. And then we're going into our first verse, although I've called it a chorus, but you know what I mean, it's the main section of the song. Nice little blues riff. Now, for years and years I've been wondering the best way to actually play a 12-bar blues kind of pattern. Do you do it with the 1st and 2nd finger on the power chord? Or do you use the 1st and 3rd finger? After watching many musicians, I've decided that the 1st and 3rd finger is the best option. And the reason is that they often use this 2nd finger that's sort of not actually playing anything particularly to play this major 3rd note over here. And also, that's what Chuck Berry does in this song. But that's it for now. Do subscribe there. We're going to do a few more classics like this, but this is Chuck Berry, Johnny Be Good, and we'll be back for you in part 2 of this video.